Hi, Tam here. I'm not currently on a cruise ship, I'm on land. And I just want to tell you something. This topic is about leadership. Over the years, I've poured everything I had into my work. For the 20 plus years that I've been a doctor, I've poured everything I had into my work for my patients, both on land, in hospitals, and at sea, on cruise ships, and on yachts. But specifically, talking about cruise ships, I've put in long hours, leadership, dedication to all my patients, both crew and guests alike. But what I've learned is this: no matter how hard you work, when leadership is weak, the environment becomes unstable. And that's why most captains, or rather all captains, cruise ship captains, can be sometimes perceived as being severe, harsh, and intimidating to the crew and the passengers. And not just cruise ship captains, but any military leader, whether a general or anyone in a position of leadership. But talking about cruise ships, I'm referring here to captains. That is because when the leadership is weak, the environment becomes unstable. Strong leadership means a stable environment. And by strong, you don't need to be severe or unreasonable or feared. No. I've worked with many captains. In fact, the greatest majority of captains, I would even say 90% of captains over the years on cruise ships, that were very strong, but also very understanding. They were able to strike a good balance between leadership, strength, but empathy as well. But now, when the leadership is weak, wherever you are, you could be in the medical department of a cruise ship, or you could be working in a restaurant somewhere, or anywhere in the world. When the leadership is weak, the environment will inevitably become unstable. You are undervalued, overworked, and often left with no explanation for decisions that change your life. That's not a reflection of your ability. That's a failure in leadership. And it's a reminder that sometimes moving on is not a setback. It's the start of something better. You see, leadership is not about rank. It's about integrity. It's about standing beside your team when things are hard, and not hiding behind the silence or bureaucracy. The best leaders elevate others. The worst erase them. I have seen good leadership on cruise ships, and I still believe in it, because when people feel seen, respected, and empowered, the whole ship changes. Morale rises. Standards improve. People grow. So, to anyone out there navigating a toxic work environment, at sea or anywhere, please hear this. Your value does not disappear just because someone else could not recognize it. When you pour yourself into your work, your time, your expertise, your heart, and it still feels like it disappears into silence, it can shake your sense of purpose. But sometimes what feels like a breaking point is actually a turning point. And that's where I am right now. I'm at a turning point. I'm clear on the kind of leadership I stand for and the kind of environment I want to be part of. If you've ever worked in a place where your efforts were overlooked, or your voice wasn't heard, know this. It's not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of what that place could not see. We all deserve leadership that listens, teams that uplift, and a workplace that recognizes commitment, not just compliance. Personally, I remain proud of the work I've done, of every improvement, every long night, every patient, every protocol I helped strengthen. And I will carry all of that with me into whatever is next. Thank you for listening, and thank you for letting me share a more personal side of life at sea. Here's to better leadership, brighter teams, and the courage to keep going. Now, this channel is not a book club, but I would like to recommend a book to all of you, and I'm sure many of you have read the book before. It's a book that I read in 2000, in the year 2000, so exactly 25 years ago, when I was still a medical student. And the name of the book was The 48 Laws of Power. 25 years ago, it was a bestseller. Everybody was talking about it, And it's a book that, it's one of the books that really helped me in my life, in my career. And I'm glad that I read the book while I was still a student about to become a doctor. If you've read the book Machiavelli, The Prince, there are some similarities, but perhaps The 48 Laws of Power is much easier to read than Machiavelli. It's a book that helps you navigate through the corporate world, the political world, the workplace, your social life. It's just a very helpful book. Some of the rules, I'm not sure I agree with them 100%. Some are contradicting each other a little bit, but others are absolute gems. And look, I still remember the first 5 rules, for instance, it sets the tone. I mean, you see that it's a really, really good book, and I would advise you to read it as well. Rule number 1, never outshine your master. Rule number 2, never put too much trust in your friends, and learn how to use your enemies. Rule number 3, conceal your intentions. Rule number 4, always say less than necessary. Rule number 5, protect your reputation at all cost. Guard it with your life. Rule number 6 and 7, not my favorite rules, but I mean, please read this book if you haven't done so. It's a very good read. Cheers.